Hey everybody, my name is Victoria and today I'm doing what I think is going to be my last book haul of the year. At least it better be. I swore off buying books several months ago and that clearly failed miserably. So we're just gonna forgive ourselves for buying more books and enjoy the ability to buy books. You know, let's just be thankful that we currently have a little money in the bank to buy some books every month. But I don't want to buy books every month. No, this is the last time, I swear, last time this year. We have 1 month left, I know. Enough with the self-deprecation, let's just go ahead and show you the books that I got. The first book that I have to show you is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. And I know very little about this book. All I know is that it is very highly acclaimed. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people talk about it very fondly. It is a World War II based novel, and I believe it follows two sisters in German-occupied France. Again, I don't really know anything more than that, but I think I saw Haley from Haley in Bookland talk about this and really loved it. I've also seen a lot of people read The Great Alone recently, which I think is Kristen Hanna's newest release, but I decided to start with this one. I saw it on Book Outlet, and so I am excited to read it. This is the only historical fiction book that I hauled this time around. Literally every other book is a fantasy book of some kind, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one. I do really love historical fiction. I feel like I've read a good amount of historical fiction this year, maybe more than I usually do. So looking forward to getting into this one very soon. The next book that I picked up, I'm actually a tinge annoyed about because I didn't get the edition that I thought I was getting. I did not get the edition that I wanted. The picture showed the edition that I wanted, but what came is this kind of mass market paperback version, or maybe this is just the latest version, I'm not sure. But this is the second book of the Earthsea Chronicles, Earthsea series, and it is called The Tombs of Atuan by Ursula K. Le Guin. And I love her very much. I read the first Earthsea book, did I read it? No, I read it last year, and honestly, I don't remember very much, but I had this edition of the first one, and now I have this edition, so a little annoyed about that. I may just get the first one in this copy just to make it match. I can't find these editions anymore. I don't know if anyone knows. What are these? These Tor? No, Spectra. No, Bantam trade paperback. Well, anyways, I can't find this edition anymore. So maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but anyways, this is the edition that I got. It's okay. Like, I like these covers better. I don't love this, but oh well. Live and learn, I suppose. Continuing on with fantasy series. Apparently that was my theme this time around. The second and third books in the Space Trilogy by C.S. Lewis. And I actually haven't read the first one, but I do own the first one. And luckily, they all came in the right copies, and I'm excited to read them. I just went ahead and bought the whole series because I know I'm gonna love these. I don't even have to guess. I know I'm gonna love them because C.S. Lewis is my favorite author of all time. I think I can probably safely say that. Yeah, he's my favorite author of all time. So I know I'm gonna love these. I don't know why I haven't read them yet. I really, really, really need to read them. Out of the Silent Planet, book 1 is really small, and so is book 2, Paralandra. And then you get to book 3, and it's like a chunker compared to the other two. So clearly he saved most of the plot for the end. I'm really happy that I have a completed set of the Space Trilogy by C.S. Lewis. The next book that I hauled, I'm sure is going to make several people very happy, but that is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. And this is my first Brandon Sanderson book that I have bought. I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson as of right now. Weirdly, I know a lot of people may question my choice of buying Elantris first, But I decided I want to read his works in publication order. And I think this is where I start, I think. At least in the Cosmere. Excited about it. I know a lot of people say start with Mistborn, but I already know I'm probably going to love Brandon Sanderson. So I decided, let's go in publication order. Why not do it a little differently? I'm quite intimidated to start Brandon Sanderson books, more because I know I'm gonna love them and I know it's gonna like consume my life. And I don't know if I'm ready for something to consume my life. I'm afraid. But there's no reason to be afraid, I know. The next book that I got is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in The Name of the Wind, and I do have mass market paperback editions of this. I know there's way better editions, but I just felt cheap. I have a feeling I'm gonna love Name of the Wind, so I decided to pick up the second book as well. I'm sure I will want to read the second book. The next book that I picked up is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a very beloved series on BookTube. I see it everywhere on everyone's shelf, so I'm a sheep apparently, and I have to read the things that other people are reading. But no, this one sounds actually right up my alley. It's a Cinderella cyborg retelling, and I've heard nothing but good things about it from booktubers that I genuinely trust. So looking forward to this. Also, I really love the cover. It's really cool and beautiful. I just think the design of these books is really awesome. Not that that's a reason to read a book, but it was a reason. In fact, let me know if you've read the Lunar Chronicles. I'd love to know if you enjoy them. I've heard almost all good things about them. I haven't heard a lot of negative things about them, so maybe you will have something negative to say about them. I don't know. The next book that I got is kind of random. I didn't really have my eye on this before buying it. I don't know why I decided to add it to my book outlet cart, because there's probably other books that I would like to read before this. Actually, there's a lot of books that I would like to read before this, but I've heard some good things about it, and it is And I Darken by Kirsten White. I believe this is a Vlad the Impaler story, but Vlad is a female in this character, and she is our protagonist. Another really hyped series. Apparently I bought a bunch of really hyped books on this book outlet haul. That's okay with me. A hyped book is fine with me as long as it's good, but I guess we'll find out. But I've heard a lot of good things about this series. A lot of people really like it. I actually thought this was a fantasy book, and then when I read the synopsis, I realized it's more of a maybe historical fiction retelling, maybe some sort of fantasy elements. I'm not entirely sure about that. I think it's because of the cover art, but the cover art just kind of leads you to believe that it's a fantasy book, but apparently it's not. And the final book that I am very, very, very excited about, and I really want to read it maybe next month. I might get to this one next month because I don't want to forget what happens. It is a continuation of a series, and that is Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. I read Scythe last month, totally loved it. I hear Thunderhead is even better, and I can't wait to read it. I'll probably try to read this in the month of December, so you can stay tuned for my thoughts on Thunderhead. Let me know if you've read any of these books that I picked up recently. Maybe tell me what I should start with. I have such a ridiculous amount of books on my shelf that I need to read, and I just don't read fast enough, but I buy books very fast. This should be the last haul you see from me for a while. I really don't read books fast enough to be buying books every month, and when I do buy books, I really like to buy a bunch of books at once. I like to buy several. It's kind of like a potato chip. You can't have just one. But because of that habit, I end up with a lot of books that I haven't read, and they just kind of pile up. And that's kind of my current situation. So I plan on not doing another haul for quite some time before I finish some of these. Most of these. I gotta finish most of these. I hope you're having a wonderful day, week, month, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you in my next video, and I will chat with you down below in the comments. Bye-bye.